The biggest update to EVE Vanguard is about to start on the 20th of June. This offers a new map and a host of new features to try out. If you want to hit the ground running, then you'll need to know what has changed. At this point, CCP have only revealed snippets, but digging through the website, I've been able to find out some of the new sites featured on the Solstice map. At this stage, I'm yet to get my hands on the new build, so this is a quick introductory guide based on what we know about the new adaptive weaponry system and the 3 new sites: secure salvage, mining tethers, and escape pods. With that said, let's get to the new features. First up is adaptive weaponry. CTP are sticking with one gun at this stage. To add variety to it though, they're implementing an attachment system that can be used to modify your Core 80 AR. These weapon modifications are called chipsets and can be looted or awarded as part of completing certain missions. There are currently 4 power levels. Optics are level 0, and then it progresses from blue tier 1 to green tier 2 and finally purple tier 3. The tiers themselves look to be a straight increase in effect from tier 1 to tier 3, but the effects they apply to weapons are not a straight buff. You may be able to increase your weapon's stability by increasing its recoil rating, but at the cost of your rate of fire. At this stage, we don't have the full list of modifications, but damage, rate of fire, burst mode, recoil, and hipfire rating are 5 of the attributes that chipsets will affect. A key point to note is you cannot customize your loadout whilst deployed. It will all need to be prepped before deploying to a match. There is, however, the option to save 2 loadouts for your weapon and to switch between the 2 on the fly. As good as you are, you will die, and when you do, you will awaken a new clone, ready to battle. Unfortunately, in this case though, you've dropped all your gear and you'll have to make do with the default loadout. Or maybe not. CTP's wording is a bit unclear about this, as it states all weapon mods loaded when you lose a clone are still active on recloning. But then it says, all weapon mods loaded when you lose a clone are lost and can be either recovered by you or picked up by another player. We may just have to wait until the 20th of June to find out exactly what happens when you lose a clone. The secured salvage sites are new assets introduced as part of the Solstice map. If you come across one whilst exploring and you want to unlock it, then you'll need to complete a few steps. First, activate the power source close to the site. I'm guessing this will just be a hold E scenario, possibly losing some of your energy cells. Once it's powered up, you'll need the mining laser to cut 4 locks on the secured salvage site door. Starting this process will alert nearby NPCs, so this may be best approached as part of a squad. The 4 locks will reset, so make sure to cut all 4 sequentially. Once done, you can open the salvage site using the panel and grab the loot. Opening the door will stop the additional NPCs from spawning. I don't expect any of the contents to get banked automatically, so to get the reward of these sites, you'll need to extract with your loot. Or jump a squad that's recently completed it and grab theirs. The mining tether is a new mission that you can stumble upon. You may receive an alert of an open mining contract, potentially pitting you against other players to secure the site. To complete the mission, you will need to secure the area. Presumably, this will mean clearing NPCs within a defined area. One thing I'm keen to explore is whether other players could team up on the fly. There is no local chat or emote for rock and stone, so this may be difficult, and there's no guarantee the rewards will be split, or whether it will just be locked behind your squad. Once the area is captured, you will need to deploy 4 anchors. This will then start the drill working. Defend the area and realign the drill anchors to complete the mission. From the wording CCP have offered, I expect your credit and weapon mods to be banked, like when completing other contracts, ready for your next deployment. The last of the new sites CCP have revealed so far, escape pods can be found across the map and offer weapon mods and 20k credits if you can crack them open. To do so, you'll need the mining tool. Destroy the 4 panel bolts as per the first strike playtest. Next up is cracking the password. I'm guessing you'll need to decrypt a key from your inventory. These can be crafted or looted from other players. Once activated, it will slowly decrypt the password. Enter this into the escape pod keypad and you'll get your payout. Based on the screenshot CCP have provided, these rewards will also be banked and will not require you to extract to get the payout. So, there you have the big updates that have been revealed so far. If you want to stay on top of the latest Vanguard news and how-to guides, then subscribe. If not, then at least join the new official Vanguard Discord. Or, do both. Both is a good option. If you made it this far, I'm planning on creating a beginner's guide to Vanguard covering the basics and a more detailed guide based on the latest changes to the Solstice build. If there are any parts of Vanguard you would like me to focus on, drop it in the comments.